I know. I'm sorry. Don't look at me like that. It's just we both needed time. Okay? We just needed time. Diagwith everyone! Welcome back to my slightly messy bedroom. My name is Diesel and you are as always most welcome. It's 2015! When the F did that happen? About 2 weeks ago, I hear you say. I know. Sometimes we just need a break from each other, you know? I was still here. I just wasn't making the videos. I've been click-clacking away on my blog though. Did you guys know that I have a blog? I also made a Goodreads. Links to both will be in the description below. It's very exciting, really. Lots of words. I like words. Obviously. Although we're 2 weeks late to the party, this is kind of my 2014 book wrap-up. I didn't get really into the reading groove until April, but between April and December 31st, I read 92 books, which some might say is a problem. I would say is intellectual stimulation. Yay! Most of those were young adult fiction. 2 of them were adult books, I would say. You know? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Well, actually, 5 of them might have been. There's 3 in there that I'm not sure how you would class. I can't really show you my favorite covers and things because I buy most of my books on Kindle or I get them from NetGalley, so the screen of my tablet would be hard to see. So I think I'm just going to tell you my favorite book, my least favorite book, and probably the author that I really dig this year, because simplicity. So my favorite books, there's 2. There's 2 that I read this year that really, really stuck with me, and I thought those are amazing. I will carry them for the rest of my life. The first one is obviously Melt by Celine Castrovilla. It's like a work of art on a page, and you want to be like, hold it like a child. It's gut-wrenchingly sad, but also immensely uplifting, and the way that it's written, it's in the most unusual style. It's just so different to anything that I've ever read before. I loved it. It was amazing. You should check it out because it's just gold. It's one of those books where I sometimes see people give it bad reviews and I'm like, why? What is wrong with you? Why can't you see the vision? And like things that I really liked about it, it has really good reviews, but some people just don't get it, and I'm like, you don't understand. You get back in your box because you don't understand the brilliance. Issues. My second favorite book, now we can calm down, was You Against Me by Jenny Downham, and it was another heart-wrenching thing that I've never seen done before, and it was such a good approach to a topic that is so hard to talk about. It was fabulous. Oh my god, it was fabulous. It's not an easy read. Neither of them are. They're not happy fun time books, but they're so, oh my god, they were so good. So good. I was really surprised because I'm not really a contemporary person. I never thought contemporary would be my thing. In fact, I'm pretty sure I read my first young adult contemporary this year. I think it was, what was that book called? Reality Boy by A.S. King. That was the first contemporary young adult that I've ever read, and that kind of started me on my journey. So thank you, A.S. King. You put me in there with that thing of the train for contemporary. And contemporaries were my favorite books this year. I thought it would be like dystopians, but it wasn't. So I applaud all 3 of you ladies. You were fabulous writers, and I am honored to read your work. So my least favorite book. I read a lot of books this year. A lot of books. So naturally I read quite a few that I didn't like. And I was trying to think of the ones that I didn't like. And the one that the one that stood out to me the most, that keeps popping up in my head, I figure would be the one that I would tell you about because it just banging on the side of my brain. And if you've been here for a while, or you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll probably not be surprised, because I didn't give it a good review. I'll link the review in the description below. I'll also link the two that I mentioned that I did like. But that is the book that I didn't like is Branded by Abby Kettner and Missy Kalisicki. I still haven't learned to pronounce that. I'm so sorry, Missy. I'm a terrible person. It just wasn't for me. Like it wasn't. I'm not going to go into detail about it because I've made a full video detail. But it just, me and Branded, we're not friends. We didn't get along. We are chalk and cheese. And that is the way our relationship is going to stay, because it wasn't for me. What you gonna do? And last but not least, before we move on to the two releases that I'm excited for in January, I think my favorite author is Paul Howard. Most of you probably have not heard of Paul Howard, but he wrote the Ross O'Carroll Kelly series. I don't know how popular they are outside Ireland. They're very geared to Irish humour. I don't know how well the humour would translate off this island, but they're so funny. And there's so many so many books in that series that you're just kept amused for weeks, and it's wonderful, and I loved it, and I read about 5 of them back to back, and they were epic. So Paul Howard is going to be my author of the year. Now, oh, you guys, oh my god, obviously, since I've just read Red Rising, oh, that was hard. I just read Red Rising, a little while ago. Golden Sun is already out. Red Rising and Golden Sun are by Pierce Brown, and they are kind of Hunger Games-esque, but a lot more violently bloody and traumatic, let's say. Very, very traumatic. And part 2 of that has come out, which is awesome because it was a good book and I'm excited to read that. But my most excited one, oh, you guys, and I missed the release date. I didn't even know they had come out. I feel like someone should have warned me of this, but they didn't. And actually, I don't think I did a review on this. I think this was before my booktube days. But there is this series, and it is called the Altered series, and it is by an author named Jennifer Rush. And oh, I mean, my favorite character to ever be made ever, Cass, he is in these books, and I have been waiting for this part 3 to come out since the beginning of time. And since the beginning of time, I mean like last April. But I've been waiting for ages and ages and ages, and then the date passed me by. So if you have not read the Alter series, the Alter? It's not a religion. The Altered series, I really suggest that you check it out. And those are my 2 January releases. There's nothing else that I'm excited about in January. There's nothing else I can think of. So if you have a recommendation for another book in January, let me know, because I love books and I always want to read them, and it makes me excited to read all the books and stuff. Yeah, that was it. Look, I'm back. Oh my god, you're gonna wish that I just stayed away. I'm so annoying. I know, it's just not my fault. I'm old and I'm senile, okay? Sorry. That's the end of that. Garev Maha, good for coming, and until next time, I will have a review soon. Bye. Slán!